Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox and take a close-up look at the THORVAP TC 60-watt e-cigarette box mod vape starter kit. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. And now let's go ahead and open the box up by first removing the shrink wrap. Okay, and let's go ahead and slide the box open. And just to make sure there's nothing else left on the main box cover. And let's go ahead and set that to one side. So that's what the box and contents look like. And now let's go ahead and take a close-up look at the user manual. So two sides to the user manual. And of course, there is a table of contents of the box contents there listed. And now let's go ahead and, of course, take a look at the items laid inside the box. And now we can go ahead and remove them from the box. So let's open up this little box here to see what it reveals or contains. And let's set the box to one side. So there is a micro USB charging cable. We can set that down. Let's rearrange some of the items on the table so there's more room to see what's going on in the foreground. And next, let's pop the next item out from the box. So this appears to be a coil. So it is a spare coil, just nicely wrapped up. And of course, it uses an organic Japanese cotton inside. So let's set that down as well. Moving on to the Sub-ohm. So it does have the THORVAP branding on it. Just going to turn it very slowly so you can have an all-round view of the Sub-ohm. So obviously the middle section with the clear glass is the Eliquid tank. And right at the bottom there are vents to adjust the airflow. So it does have a very nice action or movement to it. Very smooth and very silent. You can hear there is no brushing noise at all. Of course, the drip tip or mouthpiece, nice and shiny, and looking right down the sub-ohm or drip tip, and at the bottom end of the sub-ohm. And of course we can pop the top open. And we can take a close-up look at the drip tip. So very nice satin finish. The quality just seems pretty amazing, with a nice fit and finish, of course. Okay, let's set the drip tip down and see what else we can take apart here. So that's the sub-ohm taken apart. And of course this is the coil with the organic Japanese cotton in it. And before you start using your mod box or e-cigarette for the first time, you should let the e-liquid soak up the cotton or wick for a few minutes before you start using the e-cigarette. So as you can see, a spare one is supplied, which we saw previously. I'm going to set that back down. Okay, so let's go ahead and screw it back in. So it is a pretty small tank. It is a mini tank. Okay, so making sure everything screws back in nicely. You can see how nice the parts screw solidly and precisely together. Okay, now let's move on. Set the sub-ohm down. Let's put it down there for now, if we can. Hopefully it doesn't roll away. Well, let's use the spare coil to stop it right there. Okay. And now let's move on to the box mod. And once again, this has a nice black finish, and it is made out of metal because it is very cold to the touch. It does have a very sturdy and assuring feel to it. So there is a micro USB port there for charging the box mod up. And the top bit is where the sub-ohm connects into the main unit. It does have an OLED display right there in the middle. With adjustment buttons, plus, minus, and a power button on the left. Size-wise, as you can see, in the palm of my hand. Let's go ahead and tap it again, see what it displays. It says locked. Click 5 times, so it does tell you in order to operate the e-cigarette, we need to press on the power button 5 times. Okay, let's go ahead and do that without the sub-ohm connected and see what happens. Let me get it in the right orientation. And there we go. It's now let us in, and it's showing the battery level, voltage, the ohms, and the wattage at 7 watts. And there it's gone off. It says check atomizer. Because there's nothing connected to it, there is no sub-ohm for it to be used. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn it off. So it does say locked. Click 5 times again, which is what we want to see right now. And let's go ahead and connect the sub-ohm into the box mod by screwing it in. So once again, you see that very nice motion of the fitment screwing in the sub-ohm into the box mod. And let me just tidy up the background a little bit so you can see what I'm holding more clearly. Of course, we can put this box down to one side now, right there. So altogether, it does have a sturdy weight to it. And you can see the balance of the unit. Of course, there is no e-liquid in it right now, but it seems to be quite nicely centered. Okay, now let's go ahead and turn on the unit. And obviously we do not have any e-liquid filled into the unit. This is just to show you what the OLED screen and menus have. So tapping up and down. Right now 7 watts is the lowest that it will go, and the maximum wattage is 60. So very, very fine adjustments into the 1/10 decimal place. So right there, 60 watts. And just as easily make those changes just like that by tapping on the plus and minus buttons. And we can see the voltage as well, along with the ohms, obviously, just held right there. And I can smell a slight burning. Obviously, that's because there is no e-liquid filled into the unit. So that's a no-no actually, but just a demonstration of what the unit is capable of. So very quickly we can set it all the way down to the minimum 7 watts, or all the way up to 60 watts maximum. Again, just to show you in my hand right there. So very quick and easy adjustments to the wattage of the e-cigarette. So it does have that very bright OLED display and very fine adjustments to the wattage. So a very nicely constructed unit here in the THORVAP iBOX 60 watt e-cigarette box mod vape starter kit. So that's the THORVAP TC 60 watt e-cigarette box mod vape starter kit. Thanks for watching and happy vaping!